again, guys. It's Gregola Productions here. And I wasn't going to address this clock so soon. You know, I just made a video on this 1983 Hermle grandfather clock. But something really stupid happened over the week. I come back on Monday. Well, first of all, I wound it on, I think it was, let me just see here. I think it was Sunday. Come back on Monday. See the weights are down. Okay, the clock isn't running. I'm like, okay, well, it probably just stopped. I guess I'll just have to wind it on Monday, not Sunday. So I, open the door, stick the key in the hole, start cranking away, and the cable and the weight is resisting me. Like it doesn't want to go up. Or it doesn't want to, well, I guess go up, wind properly, whatever you want to say. And I'm like, okay, well, something's obviously wrong here. So you look inside. The cable holding the weight is all tangled up, the brass cable. I couldn't believe this. I don't know if that plastic cover, as you can see there, I don't know if that has something to do with it. The cable isn't on the, well, it's called I believe it's pronounced an axle. It's A-X-E-L. The cable has somehow come off the axle and is now, kind of tangled up, not really. It just came off. This is fixable, but I don't know what, this is just something I have to deal with, you know what I mean, viewers? This is another thing you have to do, and I'm not entirely sure how this movement is going to come out of the case. I think the case is going to have to come out from the wall, and then this piece of plywood here, this has to come off. But then you've got this whole hood section, this entire top of the clock here, you've got this whole thing, which if this was something from the 1800s, this whole section would have just, pulled right out. But since this is one of those hall style grandfather, or maybe I'm using the wrong term there, I'm not entirely sure. This is one of those where this is all just one big piece of wood. So that I know this comes off, and I don't know where per se. Oh, maybe I can see in here. Well, there's one. Is there any way to get this out of here? I don't know. Well, it obviously comes out somehow, but I don't know. And just for a comparison to see truly what is up here, you can see that the cable on the other axle is in its plastic, it's all aligned correctly. It's all on the axle, or the axle. It's all aligned properly on there, and you can see there's a plastic cover over it. Does that plastic cover, is that the reason why the whole cable came all askew? Did that plastic cover break? Is plastic the reason why this clock has failed? Now, I don't know if other cable-driven grandfather clocks and whatnot like this, I don't know if they have a plastic cover like that. Well, I'm sorry, a cover in general, not a plastic one, but just like a brass cover somehow. I don't know. It's so goofy, viewers. Another thing you have to do, you have to pull. I don't know. We'll have to see what the comments generate on this. What a mess, though, hey? Yeah, the cable's all tangled up. The hammers still. I haven't adjusted those yet. I was actually going to do that this week instead of messing around with the cable. So as you can see, viewers, the plastic may have been the culprit in this whole thing. I know nobody touched this clock. It most certainly wasn't me. And plus, when this clock was being moved around and everything, the cable stayed in place. This clock was lying on the floor, face up, and the cable stayed in line. Well, it wasn't, because there's a piece of wood there anyway. But yeah, despite us moving this thing around a lot, the cable stayed in place. And only after running it for, I don't know, a month, this happened. So who knows, maybe that plastic cover is to blame here, I'm not sure. Once again, comments would be greatly appreciated on this one. I have no idea how these cables have come off the axle. And also some cabinet how should I say? Removal from the cabinet or from the case advice would be greatly appreciated. I'll have to research this. But yeah, this is just too goofy here, viewers. I mean, I don't know, maybe the plastic isn't to blame. but it seems like a fairly good weak point on this whole thing. I mean, as you can see, the rest of it's brass. I think I see a little bit of steel. But yeah, I don't know. Plastic might be the reason why this movement has failed. I'm not sure. I don't know, viewers. We'll have to see what the comments generate. Anyways, I thank you for tuning into this GPWS short, and we'll leave this all here for now and see what we can come up with.